Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice Radio. So today, we're going to be having a little bit of a look at Blastoise GX. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I brought you a couple of news stories the other day, including a partial reveal of Blastoise. I'll pop a link to that in the description. But now we know what Blastoise actually does. We've got a nice, clear image, and I really quite like it, to be honest with you. It's a nice little card. We were also well on with our prediction. So, starting off then with the basics, it's got 240 HP, and it's actually been drawn by a brand new Pokemon card illustrator. Tsunaji is, well, this is the first time they've ever been credited for drawing a Pokemon card, so that's kind of cool. Do not see that terribly often. It's got a retreat cost of 3, which is actually really annoying, because it means you don't get access to Brawny Pads, which is rather upsetting. You don't get that extra HP. The weakness to grass is fine. You could be taken down by something like a Dalmise or a Tapu Bulu, but it's not the biggest issue we've ever had. The fact that you are a water Pokemon is actually really nice, because it means you get access to stuff like Aqua Patch, which is going to accelerate a bit of energy, and it means you've got Brokelet Hill to search out your basics, and it means you've got Quagsire to move energy up there if you feel so inclined, although that's not going to be terribly relevant for you here. And of course, you are hitting weakness on Blacephalon, and Blacephalon is one of the best attackers in the game right now. So, not great basics, but you're a water Pokemon, which is quite nice. Now, our translation here does come from the lovely David Hochmann, and the ability here is exactly what we thought the ability would be. It reduces damage done to this Pokemon by 30 damage. Now, our partial translation from Tunu did say that it reduced damage. We didn't know exactly how much by, but we do have Sizzle, the one from Lost Thunder, which reduces damage done by 30, and Melmetal, which reduces damage done by 30, so it was probably it wasn't exactly that clairvoyant to say that it would reduce damage done by 30. This is really nice. Generally, it's better than just having an extra 30 HP, because it still means your opponent needs to do 270 to get a one-hit KO, but it means something like a Zoroark that would generally be getting a 2-hit KO, so long as they had a choice band on one of the hits, now actually won't. If they've got a choice band, they'll be hitting 120, but if they don't have a choice band the next turn, they'll only be hitting 90, assuming a full bench, and that's going to be 210 and it won't get a KO. So it means that they will need a choice band on both attacks, rather than just one. This gives you a nice little bit of survivability. It's not an amazing ability, but what it will do is save you at times when something like just having 270 HP wouldn't do. It's quite nice. Not a reason to play the card, but a handy bonus. The attack here, again, it's pretty much exactly like we thought it would be. It's for 2 water energy, and it lets you shuffle as many water energy attached to your Pokemon as you like into your deck. But now we know how much damage it does for each water energy you shuffle back. It is 60. We didn't even really need a new translator for this. And this is really nice. If you shuffle 3 water energy back into your deck, you're doing 180 damage. There's a KO on Rayquaza, or something like Tapu Lele, for instance, which is quite nice. And then, of course, you only actually need to get 2 back in to get a one-hit KO on Blacephalon, because you'll be hitting 240. But let's say you need something like a Decidueye. Let's say you need to go up a little bit further. Well, if you shuffle 4 energy back in, then you get that one-hit KO on the Decidueye. Or Zoroark would be 3 energy shuffled back in, plus a choice band to put you up to 210. If you do need to go a little bit over the top here, you can. If you shuffle 5 energy back into your deck, then that's gonna be 300 damage. Something like a Magikarp and Wailord Tag Team GX is gonna be going down here. Now, in terms of the energy you need to use this attack, it's really quite nice. It's just 2 water energy. 1 Aqua Patch, you're up and rolling. Or you could use a combination of Naganadel and Quagsire. Naganadel here and Quagsire really is a great combination, because Naganadel attaches a water energy, any basic energy, but for our purposes water energy, from your discard pile to it once during your turn. Then you shuffle it back 60. So let's say you've got 2 Naganadel out, then you can get 2 energy out with Naganadel during your turn, plus 1 that you attach from your hand. That means you're getting 3 extra water energy attachments during your turn. That is enough to consistently do 180 damage, although 2 of the energy are going to be attached to the Naganadel and only 1 to your Blastoise, so you will need to use Quagsire to make sure that you can move 1 of those energy up to Blastoise. But it also means that something like an Aqua Patch here means an extra 60 damage. It's not just getting the extra energy out, it's the extra 60 damage. But possibly my favourite combo here is with the other Blastoise, the one that's coming out in Team Up. You see, this has a rather redonkulous ability whereby you look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach as many water energy as you find there to your Pokemon in any way that you like. This is ridiculous, because now you can get the energy really quite nicely, and you can put it straight onto Blastoise, and if you hit 3 from here, that's 180, but you don't need something like Quagsire because the energy is already going straight onto your Blastoise. But what's even better about this is that this will become a better and better ability as you go through the game, because the later you get in the game, the fewer cards you've got in your deck. So if you keep shuffling water energy back into your deck, then that means that the proportion of cards in your deck that are water energy is going to be higher. So you might only hit 2 energy the first time you use Blastoise's ability, but as you go later in the game and you keep using cards and then shuffling a bunch of water energy back in, that means that Blastoise's ability is going to yield you 3, 4 energy. It's going to keep getting better and better as the game wears on. And really here, if you can get these couple of Blastoise out, and the format we're in at the moment with Alolan Ninetales letting you search out your rare candy, and evolving from an Alolan Vulpix, which will let you search out your Blastoise, really does mean that we've got a better chance of finding these stage 2s than we've had for a long time. And if you can just get 1 Blastoise GX out and 1 regular Blastoise, you are really going to be in a great position in terms of just being able to do a whole bunch of damage and then get the energy back out again, and then do a whole bunch of damage. This will get better and better and better and better as the game wears on, and that really is a fantastic advantage that you've got here. You do kind of need the double Blastoise setup, but I think it's so good when you get it that it's totally worth it. You can do this with stuff like Naganadel and Aqua Patch. The problem is that the energy ends up in your deck, not in your discard, so you really do need to get the energy from your deck, but that's where Blastoise absolutely excels. As for the GX attack, this is really the one bit of the card we needed a new translation for, because of course we kind of knew what it did from our partial translation from Tunu, and we could see the 30 in the ability, and we could see the 60 in the attack, but we had no idea what the GX attack did. And it's not very good. I'm actually incredibly uninspired here. 1 water energy, attach as many water energy as you like from your hand to your Pokemon. I mean, it's just not particularly inspiring. Because something like, look, we've had plenty of Blastoise in the past, like the really good one that everyone played with Keldeo, that just had this as an ability, that you could just attach as many water energy as you liked during your turn whenever you gosh darn well felt like it. It was really good. It won the World Championships. It's still seeing a bunch of play in Expanded with Archies. It's a good card. I mean, look, this is for a single energy, and a single energy is good. But it's also for a stage 2, and it's a one-shot deal, so you've got to have all the energy in your hand at one go. And I just don't really like it, to be honest. Generally speaking, I'd rather have something like Articuno GX and be able to take out all the energy from my opponent's active. It's not that this is a bad GX attack. I don't think by any stretch it's a bad GX attack. It's just incredibly uninspiring, and it's your once per game GX attack. We want this to be a huge advantage for us during the game, and I just don't know if it is a huge advantage. It's not a bad attack, but I don't think it's the kind of attack where we're just waiting to use it to swing the game in our favour. So I mean, look, there will be games where you got a handful of energy, in which case you attach one to Blastoise, use this, and you can set yourself up for the game, and that's lovely. And if it attached from the deck, I'd be a lot more enthusiastic about it. As it is, I mean, look, there will be games you use it, but I'm just not excited about it. But I don't really need to be. The ability's nice in that it reduces damage done to you by a little bit, but really what we're excited about here is the first attack does a bunch of damage, gets your energy back, and then that sets up beautifully with the other Blastoise. I'm giving this 4 Wassies because you can one-hit KO anything, and you've got a good way to keep getting the energy back out. But I would very much like to know what you think about this, so please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! But please do remember the most important rule as always. Be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where we talk Transformers and Keyforge and all manner of good things. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.